The concept of the Goatman serves as a versatile springboard for various creative endeavors, such as crafting a thrilling Call of Cthulhu adventure or a spine-chilling story to captivate and scare children or any audience. Similar to the skunk ape discussed in the previous Terrors video, reports of the Goatman have emerged from several different locations. However, compared to the skunk ape, the Goatman remains slightly more obscure and is not as widely encountered. Consequently, those who reside near a Goatman often believe that their local Goatman is the sole existence of this intriguing creature. The Goatman typically possesses prominent horns and exhibits a distinctive appearance that is somewhat reminiscent of a goat, although it deviates from a typical goatee look. Some accounts even suggest that the Goatman may have a partial sheep lineage, further blurring the line between human and animal. This hybrid nature aligns with the mythological beings known as satyrs, but the Goatman's animalistic characteristics appear to be more pronounced. Unlike the satyrs of ancient myth who were associated with lust and the seductive sounds of pan flutes, the Goatman's interests lie in more sinister pursuits, murder and mayhem. It is consistently described as an extremely murderous creature, leaving a trail of terror and destruction in its wake. At times, the Goatman wields a menacing axe and harbors a sinister desire to end human lives. Although these occurrences typically take place in proximity to a bridge, it is worth noting that the Goatman's malevolence is not confined solely to such locations. Take, for instance, the notable Pope Lick Trestle in Kentucky, captured in the accompanying photograph. This public trestle, still in use for trains, has witnessed unsettling incidents where unsuspecting tourists, searching for a glimpse of the Goatman, have tragically met their demise by being struck by passing trains. The resulting injuries have been gruesome and horrifying. Interestingly, in such instances, one could argue that the blame for these hideously mutilated bodies could be attributed to the Goatman rather than the train itself. After all, if one were to stumble upon a grotesquely disfigured corpse beneath the trestle, hours after the train had passed, it seems natural to associate the tragedy with the presence of the Goatman rather than a mere train accident. Additionally, the notorious Old Alton Bridge, located a short distance north of where I reside, has its own captivating story. According to local law, if one were to venture across the bridge at night without their headlights illuminated, the Goatman is said to manifest. Reports of eerie lights in the surrounding woods, ghostly figures, and encounters where individuals claim to have been manhandled by the Goatman or struck by mysteriously thrown rocks have only added to the mystique. Although the Goatman on this bridge has yet to claim any lives, its aggressive behavior is apparent, instilling a sense of caution in those who dare to traverse the area. The various legends surrounding the Goatman's presence on this bridge are abundant and diverse. Some speculate that it could be the ghost of a black man who was unjustly hanged by the Ku Klux Klan, while others suggest it might be the result of a failed scientific experiment. These explanations, however, only exemplify the prevailing uncertainty surrounding the true nature of the Goatman, prompting individuals to invent random tales in an attempt to rationalize its existence. The reality may well be far more sinister than any fabricated story. Lastly, we have the Maryland Goatman, depicted in a photograph, brandishing an axe and displaying a clear intent to hunt and kill unsuspecting individuals. The Maryland Goatman's territorial range encompasses the Governor's Bridge area, further perpetuating the air of fear and danger associated with this particular location. Contrary to most Goatmen, this particular creature exhibits a broader range, having been sighted across 3 counties and even making appearances in Virginia. Often referred to as a bloodthirsty science experiment, this Goatman's association with Washington, D.C., where thoughts of the government prevail, may have fueled such speculations. However, it is likely that these explanations are merely attempts to rationalize an inexplicable phenomenon. Interestingly, the Governor Bridge, where this Goatman is known to roam, also coincides with the legends surrounding crybaby bridges. If you wish to delve deeper into this topic, I recommend exploring a video that covers crybaby bridges in general. It is worth noting that the Goatman tends to avoid individuals with their headlights on, although it remains uncertain if a flashlight would have the same effect. Perhaps light spooks the creature, or it is simply aware that it cannot harm individuals inside a car. Moving on to another goatman, we encounter the second Texas goatman, located on Greer Island in Lake Worth, just west of Fort Worth. This adds another goatman to the roster in my area of Texas, making it all the more important to exercise caution. The Greer Island goatman, found both on the island and along the lakeshore, appears to possess the ability to swim, setting it apart from its counterparts who primarily rely on bridges for concealment. It is noteworthy that the Maryland goatman, in contrast, is not particularly associated with any specific bridge, as the bridge merely serves as a stomping ground for the creature. The Greer Island goatman, however, stands out for its exceptional aggression. In 1969, an alarming incident occurred when it leaped onto a car, targeting a woman who was inside a convertible, with two men also present. The quick-thinking individuals managed to escape, driving away from the scene. Nevertheless, the encounter left a significant mark, a massive gash, approximately 8 inches long, etched into the side of their sturdy 1960s car. Such an act demonstrates the astonishing strength possessed by a creature capable of inflicting such damage. Later that year, numerous witnesses reported seeing the goatman on a cliff, gesticulating and even hurling a tire. These sightings involved dozens of people, observing from a distance of 500 feet. The creature emitted a pitiful cry, reminiscent of a wounded goat or sheep, leading many to believe it was in pain or bleeding. Indeed, numerous individuals have recounted hearing its haunting cries or the sound of something bleeding near Greer Island and Fort Worth. Another intriguing aspect of the goatman is that it transcends being simply a hybrid of human and sheep. It is as if people can instinctively recognize it as a humanoid creature mixed with a horned and hooved animal, although they struggle to pinpoint its exact nature. In reality, if the goatman were a genuine entity, it wouldn't be a straightforward combination of a goat and a human. Rather, it would be a distinct creature with its own unique characteristics. Furthermore, the goatman is consistently observed alone, indicating that it cannot be classified as a natural animal. There is no known native wildlife that could be mistaken for the goatman. Its upright posture and its remarkably long lifespan also set it apart from any known species. For instance, the Maryland goatman has been notorious for killing people for over half a century, while the Lake Worth goatman made its spectacular debut in 1969, marking its 50th anniversary. Interestingly, the goatman does not seem to resemble creatures from other lands. Although it bears some resemblance to satyrs, reports of these mythological beings are scarce today. Yet, the goatman continues to make appearances, defying expectations. What exactly could it be? The answer remains uncertain. It is possible that there is a supernatural element at play. While I personally believe in certain supernatural phenomena, I acknowledge that there are numerous false claims in this realm. As a believer, I strive to maintain a healthy skepticism, avoiding blind acceptance of anything that may be fabricated. I also remain open to the possibility of the supernatural, as I have encountered ghostly phenomena firsthand. Perhaps I could gather the courage to venture to the Old Alton Bridge or Greer Island, both of which are conveniently located just 45 minutes from my residence, to search for the goatman. However, I admit feeling a sense of trepidation. There is an underlying concern that there must be something more to the goatman legend, considering that it appears independently in 4 distinct locations. Surely, if it were merely a local myth, each region would have developed different monsters, working independently. This suggests that there might be a unifying factor connecting these sightings. Could it be something supernatural? I don't have a definitive answer. The goatman remains a captivating enigma. In summary, the goatman defies easy categorization. It extends beyond a mere hybrid creature and exhibits a distinct presence that is difficult to explain. Its appearances in different regions, with no known counterparts in the natural world, raise questions about its origin and nature. While there is speculation that it may have Lovecraftian undertones, the truth remains elusive. Whether the goatman is a product of collective consciousness, an actual supernatural entity, or something else altogether, its enduring presence across disparate locations hints at a deeper mystery.